All right, man. Well, I got Podawful waiting, so maybe I'll see what he wants.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'll call again sometime.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Podawful.
LP, what's up, man?
Oh shit, that sounds like the real Jesse.
I apologize if my audio is really shit. I accidentally exploded my computer and I don't have any of my equipment.
Yeah, no, it sounds all right. What's going on, man?
Okay, what's up? Now, LP, that's it. Your name is Lyndon, right?
That is correct. Yes.
That's so crazy. That's my name too.
What? So I saw you say that in the chat the other day, and I thought you were just memeing because isn't your name Jesse? Why do I think your name's Jesse?
That's my middle. Jesse's my middle name. I go by. It's like I always thought Lyndon was kind of like. There's not too many of us, you know. So I got.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Little too unique.
They bullied the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you like your name? Because I'm not the biggest fan.
They said I was like a. Can I say F slur or?
Maybe not. We're on Facebook.
They said I was a complete.
But you can say F slur.
They said I was LGBT.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was part of the P community.
Yeah.
Because
HIV plus. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm part of the HIV community. So because of that name. So I just started going by Jesse. That's my middle name.
Yeah. That's why I go by LP too. I don't really like Lyndon that much.
LP is a cool name.
Yeah.
I like that. And by the way, I just want to say about the guy who called in, he was so blown away by your anime makes you trans thing.
Yeah, Justin.
Which is so like that's 100% true. Like, let's be honest. If you're trans, it's because you're autistic, and if you watch anime, it's because you're autistic. Those are Venn diagrams.
Right, the autism. See, that's part of the recipe. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
right.
It's
a Venn diagram with one circle.
Right. Yeah.
The way I like to think of it. I think what happens is you're autistic, right? So you're already more susceptible. Then you smoke weed and it turns you gay. And then you watch anime and it turns you trans. That's the recipe. You were looking for it before. But I like that guy said, he was like, because I watched some anime. Every time you shit on anime to an anime guy, he's always like, no, but I watch the obscure ones.
Yeah. I'm into
some shit you probably
stuff. Yeah. I know he's naming these as if I know what he's talking about. Oh yeah,
well, exactly. But
Asuko Ikimijura, sure, man. You know,
I have always hated anime like since I was a kid. I remember going to school in middle school and like everyone's suddenly talking about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go check this out.
I don't actually hate anime. I just hate people who like anime.
No, you hate it. Just be honest. You hate it. It sucks. Anime is bad. You give it a pass because it is foreign. So you think like, oh, it's just I don't want to look like I don't get it. It's like you ever see that movie Parasite?
No, I haven't.
All right, but you know, like it won an Oscar and everybody talks like so big about it.
Yeah, it's Korean, right? I want to watch it. It's good.
I fucking went and saw this movie. I didn't know anything about it. I went in blind. I just heard, so many good things. This shit was like, it was like a fucking clown show. It was like the worst acting ever, the dumbest plot. And I realized like, oh, people are just like, oh, it's in Korean. So maybe like the way they're acting in Korea, this is good. It's the same thing with anime. It's like, no, it's bad. Like these people are bad at act. Like, I hate to say it, but like, maybe just maybe white people figured out acting better. And like, we understand how to make it look like you're a fucking human being on the screen. And this is not like a racist. I don't like hate other races, or I certainly don't hate Koreans if I'm going to pick a race.
Sure.
And but they're bad at it. Like, watch that movie again and pretend it's all American.
There's some good Korean shows. I thought Squid Games was good. I liked
yeah, but same thing. I watched that too.
Old Boy. Have you seen Old Boy?
Yeah, I've seen them all, right? And Squid Game, I watched that whole. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing because I had just seen Parasite right before that, so I was like, I'm not watching this fucking Korean shit. Right. It's gay. And then my wife was watching it. And I was like, all right. So I started from like episode 3, but it was compelling enough. But it's compelling because the story is interesting enough, and the story has been done like a million fucking times, right? Like it's not a super original. It's not even super original in Korea, from what I understand. But yeah, if you rewatch that one, like that's a great example. Watch that one again and pretend everyone in it is white. Everyone in it is speaking English.
Squid Game. I don't want to watch it again. It was all right. It wasn't that good though.
Well, of course, but give it a scene, a single scene, and ask yourself: is this how a human being behaves? This is bizarre.
Yeah, it's a bit over the top, right? It's like the Bollywood stuff. Whenever you see those clips, you're like, oh, this is really cheesy.
But you can tell with Bollywood, they're like having fun, like it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's intentional. Yeah,
it's intentional. It's more like when you accidentally tune into like the Mexican channel and they're like trying to do comedy and you're like, why is everyone dressed like a clown and they're honking a horn? Who is this? Is this a children's show? And you find out, no, like the adults are the ones that like this. Like they just don't even know what comedy actually is. But anyway, I like that guy who was like, yeah, no, I watched the obscure one, so I'm not trans.
Yeah,
it's kind of, I'm not gay.
Was it just me, or did he sound a little bit unsure of himself?
He's 100%.
I'm not trans, right, LP? Tell me I'm not trans.
If you're that stoned, you're probably unsure most of the time. But I mean, saying like, oh, I watched the obscure ones, it's like a gay guy. It's like a guy going like, I'm not gay. I just suck the obscure dicks like a Polynesian guys do.
Yeah,
and I want to say this about trans stuff real quick, just because that has been brought up so much. I mean, I'd imagine you're not too big a fan of these drag shows for kids.
No, you imagine correctly.
Okay, but you had on. My problem is you had on Alex Stein, right?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, come on!
Here it comes.
You had on Alex Stein, who, his whole business was funny the first couple of times. So don't get me wrong. I'm not against him for this, but I have watched now Alex Stein multiple times dress up like a lady with his like scrotum hanging out, wearing a woman's bathing suit in front of little kids. And I'm wondering, like, I can't understand what the difference is. Like, at that point, aren't you essentially the drag queen? He had this fake get-together thing where he had, like, the big booty party weekend, summer big booty festival at a lake or something.
Yeah, I've seen people post, like, the clip, the screenshot or whatever, where there's, like, a little girl or whatever it is. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen that because I had people post that. Because it's straight out of his video. Like, there's nothing out of context about it. He is dressed like a woman, his fucking nutsack's hanging out, and there's a little girl staring at his crotch, confused, like, what the fuck am I looking at? And isn't this exactly his complaint about the drag queen shit? And I think the drag queen thing is, like, obviously pedophile shit. Like, I think it's obvious they're groomers and all that kind of stuff. I bet there's probably occasionally drag shows where, technically speaking, nothing sexual is going on.
I wouldn't even take that bet.
I'm just saying, in the vast scheme of things, there must be one time where nobody felt like they could get away with it.
I mean, I've seen this even at the libraries. They're like doing the splits and the shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Well, again, but then I see fucking Alex Stein in his little nut huggers.
Okay, no, I hear what he's saying, and I'll play devil's advocate, but I think it's a valid criticism. And I especially think like that thing at the lake, that one that people focus on, like that, you could probably argue that was a mistake.
That was a pretty big mistake. I mean,
but
of all the types of
here's what I'll say is like growing up and watching movies and TVs, there was always kind of like the man in a dress as a comedy bit, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm not a hotep. I'm not sitting here being like, this is the wearing the dress of my Jewish peoples, like Alex Stein, my brother in Israel, Alex.
What I would say is, like, kids know, like, comedy, like a man wearing a dress is funny. So now I don't know about in every situation Alex Stein's ever been in, do the kids understand what he's doing and what's going on?
Well, a man wearing a dress now, though, isn't funny. Now it's normal. Now you have to smile and nod,
Right. Well, I think
that's not a joke.
Again, to play devil's advocate, I think he's trying to, like, his point is that it is funny, right?
If that's his point, fine. But then you can't go yelling at the the tall black man in stilettos who's doing it down the street from you. Like you're the same guy.
Though. It's different, isn't it?
I think Alex Stein is a drag queen, is my point.
Yeah, he just likes dressing up as a woman. He does do it quite a lot. Yeah.
He dresses like as a woman all the time. It's like at a certain point, it is, you're either Steven Crowder or it's a fetish or both. I'm not sure yet on that one. Steven Crowder likes wearing his little costumes too. And I don't know, man. It's just it's happening a lot, and then when you specifically go and do it in front of kids, it feels like you kind of lost the plot. And I mean, your audience probably doesn't know this, but Alex is not a troll. Like I know he bills himself that way, but he's actually terrified of being trolled. When you talk to him about trolling, his first question is like, "How do you stop the trolls? And how do you deal with the trolls?" And he sent me a personal private message saying that he's terrified of being trolled. And then he tried to sue me. He said he's going to sue me, and he sent a bounty hunter after my parents because he thought I was trolling him. So
wait, what?
You don't know about this?
Can you just give us the rundown on the bounty hunter?
Very quick. I invited Alex to be on my show. He and I were friendly or whatever, as much as you and him probably are. And then he was supposed to be on my show, and last minute he got scared that I was going to troll him. I wasn't. I was inviting him on as a guest, legitimately, and he just canceled on me. So I told people, this guy sent me a message saying he's afraid of being trolled. He claims he's the king of trolls. Following this, I guess a few people made fun of him by making fake Alex Stein Twitter accounts, and they got a little bit of traction, and he thought it was me, and it really wasn't me. And he sent me this threatening Instagram message. And this is after blocking me on Twitter and Instagram. He unblocked me and sent me a message saying that he's going to sue me for impersonation on Twitter. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he told me what was happening. So I looked it up, and I was like, I had nothing to do with this. I didn't even tell anybody to do this. And he sent me the address for my parents, my childhood home address. And he was like, I have friends who are bounty hunters, and they'll help me find you. No, he literally said that. I have screenshots.
No, come on.
I swear to God. Do you know? I mean, you know that Alex is a bounty hunter, right? He's a bail bondsman.
What? No, I didn't know that.
Alex owns both a bail bonds business and a used car business. And he is licensed as a bail bondsman in Texas. And I talked about this on my show. So him referencing that is saying I know people, wherever it is you might.
Yeah, well,
live.
now that you say that, I do kind of buy it. Yeah.
It's 100%. He was not joking. It is not a troll. And I just responded to him dude, if somebody's impersonating you on Twitter, they've got a report button for you can just have them take it down. You don't have to take them to fucking court over it. And he was like, we'll see what they say in court. And I said, well, they're going to say you owe me my legal fees because it wasn't fucking me. And he blocked me again. And ever since then, whenever he shows up on your show or anybody, he's on shows every day.
Yeah. Always on the grind.
Always on the grind. No spine. Alex Stein kicked out of 109 reality shows. So, he claims he's not Jewish. Isn't that crazy? But anyway, so my people will show up, and all they do is post pickles in the chat. You saw this.
Yes.
It's harmless. It's spam. Fine. Sorry. But it's harmless shit. And they'll type 109 or spineless or whatever. And then what he's been doing, though, is he goes to the person whose show he's going on, and he asks them to set their chat to subscribers only mode before the show begins.
Okay. Well, he didn't say that to me for the record.
I know he didn't do it to you because we got through. I think he's probably smart enough to know not to bother trying that with you, but he did it to a lot of other people who it probably would surprise you that they even listened to him. And they would set it for you had to be subscribed for 12 hours already.
Yeah. I mean, that's if a guest asked me to do that, I would do it. You got to kind of make some accommodation.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I always try to accommodate my guests. You know what I mean? If somebody tells me there's a no-go zone, I'm not going to go there.
I would say I was going to do it and then not.
Right. Well, that's why Alex got scared, right?
Yeah, I think it's crazy that he didn't ask. I mean, it was right after we were like revealing online that he was doing that, so maybe he just felt like he shouldn't do it again, and it'll make him look bad. I don't know, but I thought it was very funny that he didn't do it with you. But all of these things are true. Like 100. I know people think I'm just a liar or a troll or whatever, but I am. I say this stuff because I am shocked by it. Like, I literally cannot believe how fearful he is of the most light ribbing on the internet. Like I'm like so light with my jokes and my quote unquote trolls that most people are like, how is that even a joke? And I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny. And he, like, just the pickles alone. I don't know why, but pickle emojis really hurt the super autistic on the internet.
Yeah, well, he blew up really fast, so he's like hasn't been doing this as long as you and I have, and
true.
Maybe he'll grow a tougher skin. I mean, look, it was nice of him to do my show. I don't have a problem with Alex. I think that your criticism about dressing up as a woman in front of children, I think that's valid. I hope that you know, sometimes when people get criticized and they're not used to it, they're not used to like getting shit on, they'll get defensive or whatever at first, but maybe he'll eventually say, oh, you know what, they have a point. I should be a little bit more careful.
You know what it is, LP? There's a certain group of people that you just can't criticize.
Okay. Look, man, thanks for calling. I'm going a little bit over time.
One quick thing. I'll go. One quick thing. Everybody Google Betty Minyard Stein, okay? Minyard, and then the last name Stein. Betty Minyard Stein. I just do it. I promise you. It's not like porn or anything. It's not NSFW. Look that up and have a great time laughing, okay? You'll see something very interesting.
All right, Jesse. Thanks for calling, man.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.